All right, welcome back, everybody. Map 2 Cash, the pick of property. And we will start things off with EFrag on the CT side, as they will opt for it. I mean, kind of known as a T-sided team, but even still, most teams will just elect for the CT side first, as they like to play the defense. And here you go, into the pistol round. NKL with the kit for Kevlars, and actually 4 Kevlars for property as well. Some flashes from Berg. We'll see him toss him into the A side. He'll spot him in back there in quad. It'll be Robin to move forward and take that battle first. We'll go over the site. Still, no one has found a kill, and this is all just a fake. You got 3 players trickling over into the B site where Dumas will actually take that first frag. NKL will get one over at the A bomb site, and the bomb to be planted.
Has indeed been planted on the B side. You can see EFrag right now have 2 players in mid, and they're trying to chase down Berg. He's going to come in right now with the USP. His spy leader picks up the frag with a defuse kit on NKL as well. This is very doable from the CTs. You can see the player hiding behind checkered box. That was Benji. Peeks out the perfect time. Second headshot as well. Brilliant round for property. And Benji in particular. Dumas also picked himself up too. And the question now is who's going to get the final frag, and it will be Benji for his third. Good start from property.
That it is exactly how they want to start things off here. And kind of similar to EFrag's opening pistol round on Overpass, where property has 2 members just step up big. 3K for Benji, 2 for Dumas. I think it was Victor with the 4K Dreamer with 1 kill over on the T-pistol for EFrag on the first map. But here we go. Property. Desperate for map points at this point. This is one of those matchups where you would, if you are property, kind of think, we could do this, we could get 1 map point, and it's going to be very big in their standings. And while they might not be a team that has much chance of making it to the top 3, they certainly want to remain out of the bottom 4 so that they can stay in the Pro League for next season without having to fight their way through the relegation or the Pro Placement Tournament, as we call it.
Yeah, definitely agree with you. I'll be looking to get around mid-table, I'd say, would be a good result for property, and this is definitely a way to do it. They've also got 1 win and 2 draws, or ties, so it puts them in pretty good shape. But here we go. Benji with the AK-47. The rest of his team, of course, having a very mixed bag of weaponry. 2 MAC-10s, just a Tech 9 on Berg. Meanwhile, EFrag goes for the 4, so it's Dreamer who comes out of main on the T side, and he gets picked off. Robin with a long-range dink on towards Vactor, as a lot of people will say. He hasn't really been Vactor today for a lot of the time, though, in fairness. Now it's all property, and there come the AK shots from Benji, who seems to be stepping things up for his team. 2-0 for team property, and EFrag on an eco.
Or are they?
MB4 force by, and I just facepalm.
They'll go for it. They're not that crazy. They want to have their chance at the first rifle round, of course, and that'll be where they'll need to make a stand and turn things around and try to keep it close. Cash always kind of a map where you expect the scoreline, 8-7, 9-6 either way, especially of 2 teams that are kind of, on the same tier. Obviously, EFrag are kind of dominating there in their first half on the T side of Overpass. Property making a bit of a stand. And okay, look at this. EFrag opening up and actually getting themselves a man advantage for the time being. It'll even up now as Benji and Kaboom with a 5-7, both finding kills. The bomb to be scooped up, and well, actually, it's going to go back over towards B. And they'll leave their man Dumas lurking with the MAC-10 by that white box. Ho ho, what a blast.
Beautiful. Completely destroys NK by leader, easy peasy frags, and it was looking a bit rough for them at the start. EFrag come out, get a couple kills. You're thinking, okay, EFrag, what have you got for us? And probably then just edge back ahead. So after winning pistol round, get the subsequent rounds. Here we go. EFrag now with the assault rifle buy. He's going to include a FAMAS for Bubble so that he can get a smoke and a defuse kit for his team. With the Kevlar, of course. What can I do with this weaponry? Berg going to be checking main. No one's going to push, just a flashbang to stop the potential rushing from the Swedes, but they're not too interested in this. They weren't looking to rush in the first place. Very slow round. And this is going to allow EFrag maybe to get some ground. I may like to see if this continues EFrag to push more aggressively through mid and try and get the counter boosted effect. Will come through let me say Graveyard. That's a completely different map altogether. Through Garage is what I was looking for. The warehouse in mid.
You're in a position that shouldn't exist anyways.
Yeah.
Just saying. So here we are. Bit of a standoff on this round. Team property. I mean, maybe just wanting to take it slow, kind of spreading out, playing that default. We'll now see these. Oh, that Molotov doesn't actually quite spread into the sandbags and allows Victor an opportunity. He'll spray down 2. Finally, the flames will spread, but they kind of landed on top of the sandbags, not, bouncing in nicely and hitting the ground immediately. So Victor having the time to spray down 2, that is a pretty big mistake. And MKL, I mean, not the cleanest kill, a bit sketch actually, but he is able to peek into A main and find Dumas. And that'll leave. Oh, Benji gonna get caught. Dreamer kind of just randomly peeking out for some information towards B main and finds the frag. So Kaboom all alone right now, and he will be brought down.
Ground free frag. Important they picked that one up cleanly. Team Property will have themselves more AKs here this round, but Efrag looking a bit better. Like, they woke up a tiny bit, and I feel that's off the back of them playing slow to start off with, getting good positions, going into the boosting vent, getting a crossfire down. I was going to say for a second there, why is Benji not getting weapons? He's got 5k, but he just switched across at the end and picked himself up the AWP. He's going to need glass cannon AWP though, and this could be a bit problematic for Property, especially as they've lost the first player of Kaboom. That grenade's going to do a lot of damage. It lands by Benji. I thought it had like 40 or 50 damage written all over it, but it just dropped like 10 HP.
Yeah, especially since no armor on Benji either.
Yeah, I was actually wincing for him there. I was like, oh god, this is going to be brutal, but then just kind of nudges him. But still, Property have lost 2 players.
Victor completely ready for that squeaky door to open up and bubble with a nice shot. He'll bring down Benji. You hear the op ring out, and what is that, like the second round in this entire series that we've seen the op come out?
Yeah. I think
we
we'll
did
see
find a
more
frag
of
with
that
it.
though, to be honest.
Yeah, we probably will see it a bit more. I like Cash is kind of fun in that regard. Like, it's a map that can clearly just go all rifles on all sides, but then there's so many powerful positions for the CTs, like opping on the A site, opping towards middle, or even just Lone Ranger opping towards B. So you can see it brought out a little bit more, and of course, Property here trying to work it up and go over the boost. So that can be the, I would say more so the stronger position for the up on the T side. Guess you can get your opening pick out towards B main, even towards A, but I would prefer going over the boost with it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I just wonder if Property are going to push aggressive this round. I'm going to play it slow. They only got pistols. They do have a smoke. They can maybe throw this onto like CT connector, or CT spawn I should say, from B. Well, they're going to be moving in single file, and if they do this, it could be into the arms of Dream, although he moves back onto the site. It's going to allow Bubble some leeway now, and this is where I feel a smoke would be useful. Like, why do you not throw the smoke? If you're going to push through 1 by 1, like that smoke, that $300 was completely for nothing. A bit strange, but 3-3. As expected, Efrag pick up the round.
Yeah, it's, I know they're just kind of running in with, I think only one player might have had Kevlar there, but Bubble is some nice work. A lot of players might have just been tempted to hold down the trigger and spray, but he just goes for 3 nice little bursts, and all of them land and find some kills for him. And that's tied it up right away to the 3-3 Efrag now. I mean, it's scary to give them something to work with because their aim is so ridiculous. Duo Properties bringing it on this map. It's a map they play a lot more, know a lot better. Good nade going to go in for Dreamer, though. Might bounce a bit too far, but Benji eats it. He was further back. That was 54 damage to him. Dumas, though, still going to find the opening kill onto Dreamer.
That's a pretty big frag as well to pick up. Dreamer, he hasn't been starting too great on this map so far. He's a guy that can turn things in the favour of Bulgarians. But there is Bubble, one of our standout players, one of the ones we said to watch out for. More for his opening than anything else. Maybe he is going to pick up the AWP later on. This round, the AK is good enough for him. And you can see right now, Property going through Garage. Spy Leader backing away from mid, actually letting them push in, and now he's going to get the frag.
Oh, Gunn went through the wall first, too.
Yeah, onto Berks, who is there. The perfect play. Second frag as well comes in. And meanwhile, Benji elsewhere has been picked up. All onto the boom. Decent spray down, but he loses the vast majority of his HP in the process. Just one tap and he's dead. What a shot onto Spy Leader, though. That will secure them at least a bomb plant. So, Kaboom's done a lot better than maybe he should have in his position. And he's not dead quite yet.
Yeah, getting pushed in. There's maybe a chance for one more frag. The bomb plant's going to be pretty nice. And that dead terrace, hoping, just wishing it had held on for much longer so that Molotov would have stopped the CTs from defusing, but not the case. Efrag able to get it, almost a team ace there, actually. Spy Leader took up 2, leaves Dreamer without a frag. But now the 4-3, and Team Property having lost at this point 4 in a row. So they can go out for the bye. and even still be able to. I mean, maybe Tech 9 armor. If they lose this, they'll probably put down to a Tech 9 armor with some nades, but they'll be able to turn that into a buy if they just keep on losing. But of course, you want to get some rounds on the board. It's cash. You want to kind of keep it close. And they'll have to win, yeah, 2 in a row now to get any free rounds out of E-Frag. Though even then, that's not actually so guaranteed against E-Frag, because even if they lose 2 in a row, you would expect some sort of a force buy to come out.
That is very true. But again, that's the kind of situation where maybe Property can bag themselves a few rounds if they do beat E-Frag, and then there's that around that 3 to 3.5k mark, which is a difficult decision for a lot of teams. E-Frag will typically edge towards yes, force buy, and then if they can just break the next couple of rounds, you know, they could come out of this half with a decent scoreline, and then on the CT side, who knows? Like, anything's possible. But this round, they only have 2 smokes to play with and 50 seconds to play with as well, but the kaboom! I think he dinked, or Robin dinked Victor, and then the Molotov finished him off.
Yeah, I understand that Molotov now. I was way too critical of it earlier. I didn't realize where they threw it from. They're actually throwing it from behind the boost. That's why it's kind of just exploding in the air and just like breathing fire on the ground. Instead of, whereas, you know, VP, for instance. Actually, are they the ones that get credit, or was it Envious? I can't remember. Who kind of started off with that Molotov. They actually push out to below drop, or even the lower mid room, and then they'll throw it and bounce it against the wall, but Property are throwing it a different way. And it is still effective enough to... It won't clear that position entirely, but it won't let someone hide behind the sandbags either.
Yeah, it is to flush out that position. It can be really problematic for the terrorists. Bubble had 4 frags that round, by the way.
Oh!
Benji with the knife!
Yo, Auto Director was pushing the tension right there. It was like, oh, you think this round's over? Wait a second, knife kill.
It's kind of unfortunate with Dreamer. I think he was looking, you know, towards the T side, like hoping that someone didn't try and push round. And of course, the knife is so brutal, and a lot of money as well across to Benji. So nicely done, sir. 5 to 3 still low. Bubble with 4 kills was huge.
I'm watching that one back on the stream because that was hilarious. As people will post out towards middle, break those vents. Just actually one player right there now that's going to be Victor. NKL will be kind of playing A-site by himself. He does have Bubble sliding back over towards the truck, though. There are 2 people here at Property going to work their way out. NKL will spray down 1. Bubble can't stand for too long. NKL finding a second and probably a third. As, oh no, Kaboom coming out of the smoke does connect very, very quickly. Even starts shooting his teammates. He was just so amped up after that one. Sorry, I was looking at the name on that bomb. It had the name tag. They used that glitch, and it was Robbie's bomb called "Get Out Me Car." Like, all right,
it's a bit weird. But 2-1-2 bomb planting, but it's going to be so difficult for Terra to hold on to because they only had like a Tech 9 and an M4 or something like that. And so it is a retake, but still another bomb plant. Kaboom did this earlier when he got 2 sick frags and bomb plant. And they are going to build up. It is allowing Property that utility. They have full round loss bonus as well. Do they want to go for an AWP? No. It looks like it's going to be AKs again. Distinct lack of AWPs this game. Well, there we go. Bubble. One of the first times that we've seen an AWP in the hands of E-Frag. Let's see if he can do anything with this. Has a good spawn, actually, to push mid.
Is the first time we've seen an AWP in the hands of E-Frag.
Yep.
I think Benji's picked it up once an overpass, maybe twice here. Maybe just the once, or maybe twice. Yeah. I don't know.
Which, when you consider there's a map and a third have gone, like that's quite surprising. Even for E-Frag, that's quite surprising.
I can count all the op rounds on one hand. Do a bubble. Can't get down with it. NKL and Victor. Oh, the pop flash does blind 1 pretty well. And NKL's got to know where this other player is, and he's pretty low, so he can kind of just peek in pre-fire. So it looks a bit sketchy at first, but the pop flash and the CT aggression does work out in favor of E-Frag. And, you know, as a CT, I think you push into A main, you're pretty used to getting wrapped around towards Squeaky, so NK just retreats, looking straight in towards Squeaky, and he finds a 3rd kill for himself. A is taken, but it does leave E-Frag with a 3-on-2 retake position. And NKL better chill out here. He's already got 3 kills on the round, but he needs to wait for his team before he goes in for this.
Yeah, don't get too overconfident, don't go too aggressive, and now that the cavalry has a right, now we can go in, and he's got the ace as well. Huge plays from E-Frag, and NKL in particular. And 7-3. Well, there'll be another rebuy for property. That's 7 rounds in a row now to E-Frag, and this is getting out of hand for property. And we're saying at 3-3. Now, this is a really good start for them. They've got every chance at taking us to a 1-1 scoreline. Now, I'm not quite as confident in that. I mean, E-Frag seems to have woken up here on cash.
Yeah, that they have. Not really good news for property. Once again, Victor will go towards the sandbag position, even though it has been getting mollied out pretty consistently from property. And it's actually worked out every time they've done it. They've found a kill with it, or from it. Because of it, I guess the better way to put it. But here, Dumas working his way pretty far in towards B. Well surprised Bubble, but Dreamer is there for a double spray down, getting 2 kills, and once again, E-Frag with the man advantage. And not even posed with a retake situation this time. They're still holding on to B, and the bomb for property is still moving towards that bomb site.
These smokes keep coming down though, and it is keeping property from pushing straight in. It's whittling away that time. All 3 players are over here, but there's only 1 E-Frag player, which is NKL holding the angle onto main. So that's going to leave 2 CTs on B itself, with a 3rd one close enough to make things happen. Here comes the double spray.
Oh.
I feel like Victor's going to be very disappointed he didn't pick both those kills up. But still, Robin in a 1v2. Again, it's a case of just waiting for Spy Leader. You have to wait for your teammates to come in. NKL is feeling it right now. Molotov's going to land onto the site that forces Robin out, and there's the grenade as well.
Boom.
Kaboom,
I mean,
8-3.
the only excuse I can give for... who was that Victor coming out from above, right?
Yep.
Is that when you are aiming down that severely, controlling it gets a little weird, because it's not like, you know, it's not a full 3-dimensional space. Like, you can't just aim and go around through your legs. So, like, it gets a little bit weird to control that left-right. But yeah, even still, he should have had both of those. It's not much of an excuse.
Well, fortunately for him, he had 2 teammates there that were going to get him out of that issue to start off with. And the rope is still in play, of course, 3-frag, 8-3. Team Property have yet again full AKs, but that's a lot of rifle rounds consecutively that E-Frag have won now. I mean, since the pistol round, these subsequent rounds, it's been all E-Frag. They're lining up.
Yeah, that's a bad sign.
Yeah, that's always a terrible sign on cash, because it's not that much in advantage of the CTs. It's not as if this is like a massive CT favored map. Like, even on the T side, you're expecting them to get a bunch of rounds as well.
Yeah, I would actually expect E-Frag to get more rounds on the T side. So the fact that they already have 8 means they could probably stop now. But this round clearly shows us that they ain't going to stop until they get it. Because they push over there through B aggressively. They kill 2 right away, and now it's a 5-on-2. This is going to be 9 for E-Frag.
Yep. Especially as Kaboom and Robin are both down to around 50 HP. Kaboom tagged down to 29. Does get the kill. The bomb's going to get picked up as well. But E-Frag are playing this smart. They're not over-rotating. They're not forcing their hand onto B. They've still got a decent stack across the board. You can see now that NKL will be opting to come through the vents. They give them a 3-pronged retake. The fact that Spy Leader's still on the bomb is going to cause them issues as well. They can't just force their way in. Yes, he's low, but as long as he buys the time for the rest of his team, we will see shots like that from Bomber connecting. Kaboom spins around. All 29 HP of him not able to get that second frag, and now E-Frag find themselves 9-3 up.
Yeah, Property, at least on the T side, are always going to be, you know, pretty much funded enough to have a decent round on their hands. But it's not going to do you too much good if you don't actually get to win any of them. So all the AKs will come out. Lack of utility, and oh my. Terrorist without head armor. That is very scary.
Yeah, that's exactly it. M4 is even more potent with the accuracy that it brings. One of which is going to be Berg as he tries to get into Squeak. He's made some noise. And sometimes when players do make noise like that, the CTs know it's going to likely be a fake. Because typically if you're going to make an execute happen on the A site, you're going to wait until the smokes have landed and then you're going to push in. So I feel like maybe they've outmaneuvered themselves. They kind of mind game themselves out of this round. That being said, they did at least get the entries onto the B side. So that's all for naught. That problem is completely avoided. Great shot, though, from Spy Leader onto Berg, who's on the opposite side. Bomb's been planted. Victor's here. He needs to wait for his teammates. In fact, no, he doesn't. He's going to get that frag outright and pick up the double digits for E-Frag.
Yep, 10-3, not looking good. And the team ace coming out for E-Frag on this one. I always like to see that. Everyone get it involved. Benji did find a 2K for property, but it wasn't enough. And I mean, at least the bomb keeps going down, so this rifle round's even going to be better than the last, actually. Much better. More nades and everyone with head armor. Molotov there for Benji, so they can try to clear out middle again if they so choose. But we talked about Berg a little bit as a player that can really show up and shine bright. He was actually shining fairly bright on Overpass, even though they were getting dominated in the first half. But looking here, he's 1 in 12. That hurts.
Yeah. Hurts quite a bit. For him to take such a huge slump in performance between the two maps is a worrying sign for property once more. Here comes the flash. You're going to see a push in from Victor afterwards. Kaboom's in a decent spot though. I'm not sure if they'll expect him in the locker. There's the first one, second one as well. Beautiful. And Benji, 3 crucial frags. Will gift wrap this bomb to team property, and hopefully they will plant it and get this round underway, because otherwise, well, I just feel like they're going to fall out of this map and it's going to be the 2-0. So this is huge.
Alright, Benji and Kaboom. Pretty much, I mean, not pretty much, they are the only ones who get out there, find those opening frags. Nicely done from Kaboom over towards those lockers. Shuts down the CT aggression, which is actually the first time we've seen E-Frag CT aggression fall apart. And up against the better opponents that E-Frag plays, that is often what costs them a lot of rounds, because they're an aggressive team. They like to get out, get the first kills, get the entries, so to speak, and that gives them a strong T side pretty much always. But sometimes they just have over-aggression on the CT side, and that will lose them games against tougher opponents. And that's the first time we see it fall short there. That'll be Property's 4th round. Benji pulling out the off once more, gets a nice opening shot onto Spy Leader. And it will be 5-4.
Yep, 5-4 in favour of Property. And I feel like they need 5 rounds at least. Well, this is the most they can get right now. They need the 5 rounds and then the pistol round to give us a close map here. Otherwise, I think E-Frag just walk away with this. Here come the flashes, the Molotovs out, but Dubas gets caught in the side from Dreamer. As he pulls the Molotov, I can see what he was going for there. The Molotov round the corner, but instead, they have actually lost this man advantage, and that's a 2-man advantage in favour of the Bulgarians. The AWP is still in play, but it's in the hands of Benji, not Kaboom. It doesn't seem to matter as he's connected the shot onto Victor, giving us a close round. Dreamer is going to answer back, and now it's all on that man Benji. 35 seconds. The bomb is behind him in main. And the fact that Dreamer actually pulled back to get onto the truck gives the opportunity Benji to get this bomb, but still a 2v1, Joey. This is going to be rough for him.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard. Also with the op, right? I mean, we know it's a gun that Benji is pretty good with, but it's certainly not his most preferred, as all the stats will tell us. It is that AK-47. Here he goes. And the Molotov forcing him out behind quad as it lands right after he plants the bomb. And Dreamer just going in, pulling the trigger repeatedly, just going for the brief fire and that moving accuracy that the pistols have in CSGO. And that'll work out. 3K for him, and the 11-4 half once again for E-Frag. Able to hit that scoreline starting on the T side of Overpass, and then also starting on the CT side of Cash. Pretty impressive.
Very good half. And I was thinking coming into this, Property, Overpass, nah, I can't see them winning that. Cash, I could see them winning. I thought they had a really good chance at this. And maybe their CT side is just going to stand up and be absolutely ridiculous, but if it's anything less than ridiculous, then this is going to be the 2-0 to E-Frag. If they win this pistol, yeah, it could be over fast. So all 10 players have readied up now. We are going to be jumping live into the action, second half of our final map to date in EU, but there is plenty of NA action coming up afterwards. But this is it for me and you, Joey, after this half. What do you reckon? Can Team Property bring it back, or do you see this going 2-0?
Well, I mean, the CT side of Property, they get the pistol. Maybe there's a small chance, but of course, as the story usually goes, at 11-4 half, if you don't get that pistol, things become real bad real fast. And even if you get the pistol, there's like always that chance that the terrorists, especially when they're E-Frag, can just Tech 9 armor up, get that force buy, get the win. So no, I don't see Property with too good of a chance of closing this one out. I expect E-Frag's T side to be stronger on this map than their CT side. But the pistol can maybe change it a little bit, or at least keep Property alive a little longer. And well, there you go. When you just start tapping through the smoke, He gets one, continues tapping, hoping for some more luck, and there it is. That's a well-placed shot. We'll actually see NKL. Had to time that one. And he finds another. Kaboom is... Well, I didn't even have auto director on. I should have just picked the right player to forget about auto director with, as he finds a 4K. And Spy Leader and Berg into the one-on-one even still.
Yeah, I was going to say, even though he picks up the 4K, his team is still on 1v1. Like, how the hell does that work? Narrowly winning the round does give them a chance, but... Jeez, if Kaboom doesn't go huge that round, E-Frag win again, and that's been the issue. Properties rounds typically came off the back of somebody just having a couple of moments of brilliance. It's not been consistency that's got them these rounds, and that's the difference between these two teams for me.
So here's what I talked about, the danger of that Tech 9 and Armor Buy once again going out more towards A main, and they are once again set up for retake. It is just going to be Kaboom, this time with an A1S, so again you can kind of replicate that, although the head armor is there. Actually, maybe not on everybody. So Kaboom starting to see them starting to spray down. They'll be on reload. Benji going to move up with an MP7. Will bring down Victor, but the bomb to be planted here. NKL now under the forklift. And nice, he'll get a good opening onto Robin. A nice shot there, so a 4-on-4 with these nades going in, doing a lot of damage. Look at E-Frag, so low, but NKL still getting frags. Now the MP7 will move in, take him down, and the rest of the players who are so low because of the artillery strike, basically, onto the A site, they finally go down.
Well, this is what we're looking for from Property. Not quite perfect in the sense they did lose a couple of players that round, but in terms of the overall movement towards potentially winning this map, that's pretty much as good as it's going to get for them. E-Frag, they could force up here and try and crack the economy, but I'd like to see them just save, but of course that's not going to happen. We're talking about E-Frag here after all. It's going to be the Force, it's going to be Tech 9s with a CZ, a Galil and an AK. These are the kind of rounds that I feel separates them from a lot of other teams. Sometimes in a negative way, though.
Yeah, I think this one's okay. They still did plant. They have an AK. They've gotten a Galil some utility, and the reward is still present. If Property lose this, they will be broken. And the risk, you generally see high risk, high reward, but the risk for E-Frag to win these, or I guess the risk, right? Like, they win these rounds a lot. And it's just sometimes they still go for it, and then it doesn't even matter because the CT team has like 10K in the bank, and they're not actually going to upset them at all, but they still keep going for the forces or something like that. But here we go. Bubble just waiting. He's been boosted up, hoping that someone will push through and look for some information. If anyone does it, it'll be Dumas. He's left over towards middle. NKL going to work his way out of... Oh, squeaky door, but it's actually Dreamer who gets over to the fourth left. Then he finds two. Benji from the truck takes Kaboom out, who was peeking wide on the site, trying to hold the angle. But holding angles in CSGO can be a very difficult affair. And Robin stuck on the ladder. Somehow those shots were still hitting the mark. And he's able to pull out the pistol and find Spy Leader. So a 4-on-3 bomb going down. Retake situation. And the grenades, actually, the HEs, there is one Molotov on Berg. 3 players are very, very low. They need to get Victor out of the site. Robin getting shot from behind. That's Bubble, who is lurking over the drop for so long on this round. And now Knight and Dumas, or Berg and Dumas, are they? I thought they were backing off for a second, starting to realize they might be beat here, and their economy will be collapsing when they lose this. Want to try to keep up these guns.
Now, Robin had a bit of an awkward moment there on the catwalk. If he gets the 2 frags, there's a real chance that Property can burst back on the site, because as you said, they have the Molotovs, they have the flashes, the smokes. It looks like they are going to be able to keep that up, which is the important part of this round for Property now. That's what all of their attention is shifted towards, and it's going to be an AWP going through into the hands of what I assume will be Kaboom here. But E-Frag themselves have decent weapons to play with. Is it? No, actually Berg's going to be taking the AWP. And I was going to say it first, well, maybe he's got a great spawn, but he actually doesn't.
Yeah.
So this is the guy, I mean, I don't want to highlight, but he's 2 for 14. You're giving your AWP to a guy who's 2 for 14. I'm not sure about that call, but let's see if it pays off for them. Nope.
2 for 15.
Simple answer, nope.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't even have the spawn, right? So you expect, I mean, there were 4 terrorists there waiting for him to peek. Even if he does get one, obviously the trade will be there, and that still favors the terrorists. NKL and Spy Leader getting those nice tapping shots onto the CTs, rushing to kind of help and still defend the site. And well, now you've got an M4 and a FAMAS, which you would expect. We'll just back off and save once again. It'll be 13-6. E-Frank getting pretty close to finishing off team property. And E-Frank finding a 2-0 would be nice for them. I think that makes them 2-0-1, having one tie, 2 wins if they take this 2-0.
Yep. And I don't want to harp on it either, but
oh no, actually they'll be 1-1-1. Sorry,
1-1-1, right?
Because they lost to Dignitas. That's right.
Yeah, who are top of the league, so it's not the worst result, I guess, but still, each point counts. But again, I don't want to harp on this point because it seems like I'm being really negative against Berg, but if the guy's 2 for 14, doesn't have a great spawn, Kaboom did have a pretty good spawn, he's, I think, one of the front 2 players, why are you not giving it across to your AWP? I don't understand that play. Like, Knight saved the AWP, of course, that's fine, but just drop it. Like, surely there's players that could be doing better work with that weapon. Because we saw him miss 2 shots there as he peeked up from B, then gets killed AK-47 long range. So the AWP's basically wasted.
Maybe no one else wanted it. I don't know.
True.
It's not like a team of oppers. Not like Infinity, where they got 3 oppers, you know? Like the complete opposite if you look at another Swedish team here in the Pro League.
Yeah, but Benji's shown that he's happy to use it on this map, and so is Kaboom. So that's where the head scratching moment comes in for me. But whatever, it's in the past now. They just got to focus on this round, because if they lose this, they'll be back onto another 4 spy.
Yeah, that'll hurt. That'll pretty much give E-Frag the ability to just slam the door shut property, holding it open with a bit of strength. But maybe not for too much longer. NKL is in a spot. He has been working his way out of A main and that squeaky door pretty well the last few rounds. And, well, this one, Victor, as he finds that opening kill onto Robin and will spot Benji going away, dropping that Molotov, trying to keep those players from pushing off of Truck, and look at Dreamer on top of the boost spot. Still just waiting for someone to push that smoke at Z. Nicely done. Benji somehow managing to pull up a very long-range Tech 9 shot in a bit of a battle towards middle. Actually comes out the way of Berg as well with that CZ, but runs out of ammunition as Victor will get 2 quick headshots. 3K on the round, and that's 14-6. Property, they are broken.
Financially broken, maybe mentally broken in this game as well from E-Frag. And, well, I can only see it's going one way. Question is, how many rounds can Property get? Half the team has gone for the Kevlar, although it's... No, I was going to say it's the equalized economy. Robin's only got 1k, so he's gone for the...
It's buy to win as well.
Yeah. It's weird, though, then, why they haven't gone all in on this.
Yeah, that is true. I guess, okay, I take it back. More so to just equalize. They are kind of believing that they can maybe get rifled out and still play for the tie.
I think this may be the same Robin who was at I-55 as well. Who's playing with... Was it Infused? I can't quite remember. He's playing with one of the UK teams. I think it is the same Robin. He was a pretty funny guy. But either way, Kaboom is the last player now. 5-7, Kevlar, hiding, and he's about to get shut down in the back. Keep it on the Dexter theme. Reminds me of the Dokes moment. Surprise! And then, you know what else follows that. I can't say it, I'm sorry.
Yeah, please don't. Actually, I only watched season 1. And I was working my way. I was like a quarter, maybe halfway through season 2, and then like it was on Netflix for a long time, and then like I started to watch it again, and then they got taken off Netflix. So I was like, well, that sucks.
Rip.
Maybe it's back though. I should check. I need another show to watch. I kind of got off of TV and started reading a whole lot of books, and then kind of got back into Netflix again. But now I kind of want to transfer back over to books. I don't know. It's tough.
Well, the ending of Dexter sucks. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it sucks.
I can't be as bad as Lost, so.
Well, that's true. Oh, first kill has gone to E-Frag. Could this be the end for Property? They've again got decent enough positions. When I look, is that a boost? Let me have a double check. Yeah, Kaboom's on the boost by himself for now, but he's going to have some help coming in the form of Robin with the HE. Does 14 damage to NKL, who's waiting behind the doors. Looks like this is going to be an A push here, Joey, pretty soon. They can get rid of Kaboom. This is their round on their map.
Yeah, I don't know if they've got any indication. That run boost, of course, going out early on in the round. Molotov going out towards quad and one for expense. Kaboom is only good for 1 kill, though, from that position. Now it's going to fall into Robin with that for Mob. And, oh, okay. Probably pretty fortunate that forklift was patched recently. I don't know if that was a kill. the previous incarnation of Cash, and he ends up with a triple. So a very big hold from Robin with that from us, and Berg with the last kill will keep Property alive. They get up to 7 rounds, but E-Frag not done yet. I mean, you come into this round, people got tens of thousands of dollars.
Yep, got a couple players with 10k, a couple players like 8k as well. They're in this long haul. And again, Property, the one thing they couldn't do on their CT side was win back-to-back rifle rounds. And that's exactly what they're going to have to do in this round. Uh-oh. And E-Frag going towards A right now. Is it going to be a fast play? There's only one player on A itself right now, so if this is a fast play, they could potentially catch them off guard. Here we go. That's going to be Kaboom. He's been picked off. All on Robin now. He's been headshotted. And make that a 3rd kill now as well. And it's all going to be on Dumas. Already players leaving for Property. They have no confidence in this whatsoever. Dumas needs a connector.
Kind of figured that one might be the last. When Auto Director gets very, very confused and has given up on life, you generally know that the round is ending pretty quick. So many kills coming out over towards the A site, and they are able to take it 16-7. So not too unexpected. I thought Property might have put up a little bit better of a fight here on Cash. Overpass, I mean, going the way we would have thought it would. E-Frag was kind of dominating there. I think that ended up being 16. That was at 16-8. Yeah, it was 16-8 and 16-7. So pretty dominant performances by E-Frag for the day, and a nice 2 points in towards the Pro League standings for them. And an unfortunate loss in a series where Property was definitely looking towards 1 point at least.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to be very disappointed with that result. Not just because they didn't get any points, but because the manner in which they were defeated as well, right? Like, they were both very one-sided maps. They were both pretty clinical, pretty comfortable for the E-Frag squad. But the better team won. That's the reason they were the favourites going into CSGO Lounge, and the favourites on pretty much every place, ourselves included. So, well played to E-Frag.
Yep, and that will conclude European broadcast coverage of the CEVO MLG Pro League for today. Come back later on for North America. We've got Complexity versus Mythic and Conquest versus Enemy GG. I've been Helium. You can follow me on Twitter at Helium Brothers. Metuz also being himself at Metuz TV on Twitter. Make sure to give us some both follows. Support what we do here as casters. And before we head off for the day, a big shout out to CEVO, to MLG, and of course our sponsors, CSGO Lounge, Alpha Draft, and MSI. Make sure to check out well, I guess I say their products. MSI is the only one truly with physical products, but of course Alpha Draft offering fantasy esports with cash, and I'm sure you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who doesn't know what CSGO Lounge is. So make sure to check them all out, and we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Peace.